Show Annalise.
Right, we're live. We're live and ready. Football Dad's Army's first show of the new year. We haven't done a live stream on this channel for quite a while. It's been more directed at short form content and some little videos I've done. But we're going to try and have a live stream show, GUNNERCAST, we're going to call it. Myself, Lee Albert, and my friend Scott Kirk from New Zealand. How you doing, Scott? Early in the morning over there, isn't it?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. It's 8 o'clock at night here in the UK. And what time is it over there?
It's 9 a.m. Wednesday morning.
Well, we're on Tuesday night still, so you're in front of us. So we're gonna have a little chat about the Arsenal and the season so far. So where do you want to start? Where should we start?
Cohesion. You know what's happened to the squad.
What has happened? What exactly that? What has happened to the squad? We won one game in 7. What's going wrong?
And for me, this season, obviously that Xhaka position, I know a lot of us didn't rate him, and it was probably time, to move him on. But with what I'm seeing now, I'm thinking maybe we really should have tried to have kept him for one more season and transition players into his position because, like him or not, if you look at the stats at the moment, Xhaka has more forward passes than anyone in Europe. More ball passes, more forward passes into attacking areas, more possession won. So on his current form, sadly, he was probably the player that we still needed.
And as well, he was arguably our best player last season, in my opinion.
Consistency wise, wasn't it?
Consistency, yeah. I really, because towards the end of last season, Saka, Martinelli, they dropped off. Ramsdale was starting to have a little bit of a bit. I'm a little bit disappointed that Ramsdale got replaced by Raya. That's something we're going to talk about as well, because I'm still a Ramsdale fan, to be fair. We've got a little message here. I think this was left a little while ago. Old school Gooner. He's saying respect to the lads and big up to you, Scott. So thank you for that, old school Gooner. Hopefully you're going to come back and watch the show. I think you left that message a little while ago, as on the upcoming section. So I do believe that Granit Xhaka, I think we miss him. I know a couple of years ago, or was it 3 years ago, when he threw the armband down, when he was getting subbed off and he threw it down the captain's and he flipped off the fans and cupped his ear and as he was walking off, trudging off the pitch. I mean, I would have sacked him there and then. I would have got rid of him there and then if I was in charge of the club at that time. But I mean, Arteta convinced him to stay, and he stayed and played again another 2 years. Or was it 2 years ago he done that? Something like that. Anyway, I can't remember exactly. And he had a great season last year. Never expected it. And then it reminded me of Robin van Persie. He was not so much disrespecting the club or the fans or arguing or having a fall at, but he had an injury-plagued career with us. And then he had his best season. And then he went to United the following season and won the fucking league.
Ambition.
Yeah, could be that. Could be that.
Did Van Persie see the writing on the card and was thinking, this club is just not ambitious enough anymore?
Yeah.
Was that part of, well, like you say, he went there and won the league. So
yeah,
for him, it's the best move he could have done.
It was. And he had a brilliant season at Man United that year as well.
Yeah. So now I'm the same with you. 3 years ago, I was ready to put Xhaka in the bin. But, last season he was phenomenal. And the season before that, you could see that there was something happening with him. And we have just not replaced his runs into the box.
No, we have not.
Happening.
No.
And do you think when last season when Martinelli was on fire, all his link-up play was with Shaka. And if you ever
Yes.
watched them on the pitch, you would constantly see Shaka talking to him, wouldn't you? You
Yeah.
know, like, and I think, as Martinelli's game suffered because of the lack of Shaka, because when we've had Havertz, obviously Havertz does not play that role like we want him to right now. We've tried to put Trossard in that role, and he doesn't kind of work in it either, does he?
I don't think he's an 8. I don't think he's an 8. I think Trossard's a 10.
Yeah,
In my
I
opinion, I
do.
think he plays more better behind the centre forward.
The thing is,
This is what I just think, And I also think that the Zinchenko, with him inverting into midfield to try and fill that 8 role, to fill the space that's there whenever it's his forward, it doesn't work for me either because he
it
can't get
doesn't
back quick
work.
enough. He can't defend. It might have worked. That's what he bought Julian Timber for. Unfortunately, he got injured in the first
But
game.
the thing is, I don't get, like, we know that Zinchenko plays a 10 for the Ukraine.
Yeah,
When he came to City, he was a 10. It was Pep that made him a left back in
yeah.
this inverted thing, and all that. But why do we not even try him at an 8? I don't get why we've not tried him.
It could be what we're missing because he's
Yeah.
good enough on the ball in the midfield. I think he's a good midfielder. In
The
fact,
thing is,
he's better than Havertz in midfield. But
yeah,
but that left back that leaves the space there, and we've got to fill that. And
yeah,
put Tommy Arsenal. I know he's injured. Well, he's with the Asia Cup now, isn't he? He's playing for Japan tonight, I think, as it happens.
yeah.
But is it tonight or was it last night? It might be tonight.
Um, I think they played the night before and he didn't get in the team.
Oh, okay. Oh, because
So
he's just coming back from an injury as well, isn't he?
yeah, he is. The thing is, I rate Tommy. Obviously, the first season we got, it was like, wow, we've got someone here that can be great utility. I hate that word utility player, but you
Yeah,
could just see how versatile he was. And then last season, he had a nightmare with injuries. And, he's come back this season from injury again, and he was looking great and promising. He's a great man to man marker, I think Tommy is.
yeah.
You know, like you remember that job he did on Sala when they played him on the left, didn't you?
Oh, but that's what. Do you know what?
Yeah,
See when they done that? I remember that game because that he actually nullified Salah cutting in because Salah he cuts in from the right on his left foot. It's exactly the same as what
yeah,
Saka does. And Tommy Arsenal's right-footed, so it
yeah.
balanced it, and he kept him. He kept him quiet. He kept him quiet.
And it worked.
That was a brilliant move. It did work. It really did. And
So,
I thought that's a. Everyone was going, oh, that's an Arteta masterclass. It's an Arteta. Where's his masterclass gone now? What has happened to him?
yeah,
We're not playing at the start of the season, the first half of the first quarter of the season. We was the difference was for everyone to see, but we were still winning. We were still winning games, but we wasn't as good and as fast and as electric as what we was the beginning of the season before, last
we're
season.
definitely, and we're definitely not clinical anymore.
No, but yes, exactly that. And what I'm saying is, he's buying Declan Rice to shore up that back line and to protect it. But we're not playing. I can't
The
describe it.
thing, the, th- the thing is, though, Lee, we are playing Rice as a single pivot,
Yes.
and when we play Odegaard and Havertz in front of him, it's too much for Rice. He's got
Yeah.
too much work to cover
Yeah.
because sadly, what Odegaard brings us in attack, he certainly lacks in defensive ability.
Yes.
And and I think one of the biggest problems is, yeah, I get it. Odegaard is a very skillful player. At times, I wish he would keep it simply,
And
and
shoot.
yeah,
Just
like
shoot, mate. He holds on to the ball too long, don't you think?
yeah, he does, mate. And it's like I'm not going to slate what he doesn't, as in because we know he's good. But you're right, he holds the ball for 2 or 3 more passes, and it's like, mate.
Yeah.
But also, we're watching games like this. We see the whole pitch, don't we?
Yeah.
And is it just that quick that he's not seeing what's going on? But he does. He holds it, and we already know the guy can crack a shot from outside
Mm.
the box, can't he?
Yes, he can.
So, and I think the reason the season before, how because Odegaard was fantastic last season, wasn't he?
He was brilliant. Yeah. In
But the
fact,
reason why,
I think I've got written down somewhere. Um, he played 37 or was involved in 37 league games last season. So he might not have started every game, and he
yeah,
scored 15 goals
yeah,
for a midfielder. It's not bad, is it?
that's pretty good, mate. But
Yeah.
and I think obviously losing Thomas because majority of and I know I did. I wanted to see Partey and Rice as a double pivot,
Yeah. We all did. We all
and
did.
we have not
I
seen it
think
yet.
that happened once. I think it happened the first game of the
Once,
season. First game of the season.
yeah,
I'm sure it was.
and we expected that. We expected Rice to sit. I mean, we expected Partey to sit deep. And we
Yeah.
expected Rice to kind of play that advanced role like the Shaka role. And I think it was going to gel. And I think to credit how good Mark Odegaard was last season, I think it was due to Thomas Partey because um, how solid Thomas Partey is and how he spreads the ball. He allowed Odegaard to move more forward, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
true.
as good as I like Declan Rice,
And Xhaka as well. Xhaka
yeah,
and Odegaard. Yeah.
but as much as I like Declan Rice, he does not play a killer through ball like Partey.
Right. That's
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah, he can. I've seen him do it a few times, but not on the same
the
level
thing,
as Party.
yeah,
I've seen him pass. You know, especially when he was at West Ham,
yeah,
he the diag like he'd pass from deep and he'd pass. Like they're
yeah,
saying, Ray is supposed to be able to do in goal. When he hits the long ball, I know we play out from the back usually, but when he hits that long ball over and it goes out to the wing to Martinelli or whoever.
yeah,
Declan Rice done that a few times for Bowen, for whoever else. What's his name? Antonio. He done it. He done it a few times for West Ham, and his ball recovery is second to none. He's a
mate,
brilliant player. He might have to work on these like through the middle through balls on the ground, but he can lob one over. He can do that because at West Ham that's basically what they used to really how they used to play. They used to play up to the midfield and then look for that
you
ball
see,
over the top.
the thing is, him playing at Arsenal, it's completely different. Because at West Ham he played so deep. He
Yeah,
played so far back, and with us, he's kind of been asked to move a bit more forward, isn't he?
yeah, we play quite a high
Um,
line. I get that. Yeah,
Oh, mate, that is one hell of a high line we're playing.
yeah, yeah,
I think Tottenham are even riskier now with their
yeah.
high
They are.
line.
They play on the halfway line, then, didn't they?
What they played on the halfway line with 9 players.
Yeah, I know against Chelsea, that wasn't it? They've signed
um,
Timo Werner. What do you think of that, Scott? I know I'm changing the subject slightly.
oh,
Oh, they've got him on loan, I think, and they've also signed um, a centre back, can play at right back. This Radu Dragusin from Genoa. They've paid 26.7 million for him. I've never
yeah,
seen him. I don't know who he is.
no,
He's a centre back,
but with,
or centre
but
half.
with Timo Weir or Timo Weir, however you say it, he's had his chance in the Premier League. I don't really think he's gonna cut it,
Nah,
is he?
no, I don't think so either.
I did see he had one shot in that Tottenham game, and it was about 6 foot higher than the bloody stadium. It was a horrendous shot he had, mate. They were like, well, that's what they're paying for.
Yeah,
but
yeah. But do you know
like I
what?
said,
It's gonna be just their luck. I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking they've got Timo Werner. We signed Kai Havertz. Frank Lampard signed them both for Chelsea, didn't he?
yeah,
And they're Tottenham and Arsenal have got one each of them players. So I bet you bottom dollar that fucking Werner does better than Havertz. I
yeah.
bet you.
You see, you know, I know, and I know, we bloody all the fan base has gone over this Havertz thing over and over and over again. It's still not making sense, Lee.
Hmm.
You know, I
Not
just
to me.
I don't get where he fits in the team.
I can't put my finger out. He just don't look like. He don't look like an 8. He's definitely
He's
not.
no.
He's definitely not a winger. What is it? Is he a foot? Is he a 9? I don't know. Is he a false 9?
What he is?
A 10?
He'd make.
I don't even
I'll tell
think
you
he
what.
knows where his best position is.
He'd make a bloody. He'd make a bloody good lock in rugby.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Besides me.
Try him in goal. You might as well. You know, I know he's tall
No,
enough.
but I'm not one of these people that's going to sit here and slag the shit out of the player, because there is a player in there, and when I'm watching a game, I'm not watching it going, you're frigging useless. I'm watching it like going, come on, mate. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
come on, try and get behind him. Of course, I'll get there,
I do.
100%. That's what I'm like.
Yeah,
And you mentioned
yeah.
it to me when we. Sorry, go on.
We spent 65 bloody million on it. I really want to make it work,
Yeah,
because when you see where our weaknesses still are in the squad, it makes it even harder to justify his price, doesn't it?
of course it does. Of course it does. So if you're watching out there, slap a like on the video for us. If you do like us, you can put a thumbs down if you want.
We can
And
do that.
subscribe to the channel. Don't cost a penny, but it does help the channel. It helps us, and you know, it makes us feel good as well when I see the subscriber count go up a little bit. It helps. Do you know what I mean? Makes it worth it. We've got a little message just coming from the old school Gunner. All right, lads.
He's a crazy Irishman.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, top of the morning to you.
He's a good chap. He's a good chap, though, David. Really good chap.
Lovely. Nice to see you. Hopefully you stay for the show, mate. If you've got anything you want to say, any questions you want to ask, just stick them in the chat, and we'll answer them for you. So where was we? What was we talking about then? Havertz.
Yeah, Havertz.
Yeah. So your red's got a bit too. The screen's cutting. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were talking about. Yeah. I'm not. The jury's still out with me. I don't think it's worked. But he's a stubborn old git, isn't he, Arteta? So I think he's gonna he's gonna stick with it, isn't he? He can't be. He's like someone else that we know who's got a YouTube channel that can't be wrong. Whatever he says is right. We don't know him, but we've seen his channel.
Yeah, but the thing is, I get it. You know, Arteta wants to back his man, but I just think it's very shoehorning him into the team. It's like it completely wrecks the whole dynamics of the team. And because of last season, was it a freak season for us? Because it's looking like it kind of was.
It's seeming like that now because we've dropped right off. We've won one game in 7. We've controversial goals, 2 of the games, Newcastle and West Ham. I've got to say that. Also, back to Havertz again. We were saying the same thing. Well, I was saying the same thing about Granit Xhaka until last season. Is there a play? Everyone was saying, not everyone. Everyone was slagging him off. A lot of people were slagging him off. A lot of people were saying what you just said. There's a player in there, and he proved it last season. But I don't want to wait 5 or 6 years for that to happen. All right, give him a season. We'll see next season if he ain't at that level where we need him to be, then I'd be, move him on. In my opinion,
he's our highest paid player. You know,
he's got the most, has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't surprised. What was that?
I think he gets I think it's 280 grand a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's our highest paid player, and then it goes Declan Rice, and then Thomas Partey, I think.
Okay.
But okay, just coming back to that quickly about we wanted to see the Thomas Partey, Declan Rice pivot. But do you think Partey's time's over at the club?
Yeah, I do. They're looking at other defensive midfield players. One, Amadou Onana from Everton is looking like nah. Come on, you Gooners. Old school Gooner. Come on, you Gooners.
Come on, you Gooners. Do you think Onana's the answer? you know,
But
I've
listen,
watched
the
a
first
few.
time I see him play was when he was against us, when Sean Dice first took over at Everton.
Do you know what?
He bullied us.
Yeah,
So, but
Gooner.
I haven't seen him play as well as that since that game. Everyone turns up for Arsenal. Everyone,
Yeah,
for some reason, every single team, even the lower league teams. Look at Luton. Everyone
yeah,
turns up for Arsenal. I don't know
they
why.
hate
They
us.
must all
They
hate
actually
us.
hate us. Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. But you know, and I've watched a few people talking about Onana, and they said if you watch him, he's not press resistant.
Right.
You know, and we seriously need somebody that's press resistant. You know, so that is a little concern. And then they're talking about the price figure of 60 million, and I'm thinking, it's that thing again, 60 million. You know,
Mm.
why do we not just, why do we not just go that whole hog further and buy somebody? You know, it's like it's a lot of coin to chuck out, isn't it? It's
Yes,
like
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't pay. I don't think. I think that price will drop. I
I
think
think
that price,
I think 40 million would probably be a reasonable price for him.
but I don't think we're going to sign anyone. I think we're going to be waiting
No,
till the summer. The only thing we only signing they're going to, in my opinion, they're going to announce is the full time is the actual deal. You know, with Raya, he's on loan.
do you think
I think
that's
they're
going to
going to.
make it permanent?
I think. Eh?
Do you think that? Do you think we're going to make it permanent?
I think. Yeah, definitely. 100%.
You,
That's the only.
you see,
They're going to do it this January. They're going to announce it in this January.
you see, um, I rate Raya. I think he was brilliant at Brentford, and I was like, great, we're going to get this great progressive, passer of the ball from the back. But it's not happened.
He's been no better than Ramsdale. He's been no better
No
than. No, he
better.
hasn't. And I'd love to know what everybody out there thinks. Arsenal fans, don't matter what team you support, really, but mainly Arsenal fans. Is Raya better than Ramsdale? Did Ramsdale deserve to get dropped? Did Ramsdale deserve to get dropped from the team for Raya?
Because the thing
Not for
is,
me. Not for me.
no, when he was brought in, Arteta came out and he said, "We're going to do this thing about, we could take Coley off at half time, or maybe this keeper could play 6 games and he'll play." And it's like we knew that was never going to happen.
Of course not. Who does that?
Because and we also knew that Arteta was interested in Raya a few seasons before that.
Yes,
Wasn't
he tried to
so,
buy him first before he bought
yeah,
Ramsdale. That's true. Yeah.
so it's like. We spent 35 million on a stopgap buying Ramsdale, did we?
Well, that's what it
And
looks like, doesn't it?
if I had any criticism of Ramsdale, it would probably be his concentration at times can be a little erratic.
Yeah, he said that himself, though, didn't he? Sometimes he loses his. That's
Yeah,
what fucked him. He said
yes.
that. I think that's fucked him a little bit. He shouldn't have said that.
When you hear an interview that your goalkeeper says, if you want me to concentrate for a full 90 minutes, you've got no chance, pretty much. And he said, I switch off and I go into lapses of like 10 or 15 minutes. And then I'm like, phew, I've weathered the storm. It's now half time. It's like, you don't want to bloody hear that from your keeper.
No, that's true.
So, and I think that's probably just how honest he is as a person, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a bit naive, though. A bit naive because
Yes.
that's cost him. And I mean, I think.
But the thing is,
who was interested in him? There was a. Did I write down? No, I know someone was. They're looking. They might be selling him. Go on, carry on. Sorry.
He is definitely a better shot stopper than Raya.
Yeah.
But if you look at last season for Brentford, when we're talking about claiming balls from corners, Raya was ranked number 2. But what we've seen him do at corners this season is just flat.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
And is it the fact that we just play a different style? And with Brentford, he probably had the ball more, didn't he? Because
Scott, a corner's a corner. A corner's a corner.
Yeah,
you claim a corner, or you flap it. It don't matter who you are. A corner's a corner. It don't matter what style. That don't involve the style of play. If you cross the ball into the box, you claim it, or you punch it away, or whatever. If you can't reach it to claim it, you punch it out, don't you? Do you know, it's not rocket, but yeah, he's not. He's fed off.
So I don't know what's going to happen on that situation. You know, I do believe that probably Ramsdale deserves to come back in.
Listen. I've been advocating for it. I want him to come in. I want him to come back. I think he's better than Raya. I do. I really do. But they're looking at. He don't want to be a number two. He's not gonna.
No,
He's not gonna suffer being a number two. If not this
and I
month,
just,
he would go in the summer.
you know, and I just want the best players to play. I'm not, you know, I don't like to get sentimental about them. It's like, yeah, I like Ramsdale. I even like Ray. I think he's quite a decent guy when you watch him being interviewed and everything like that. But I don't want to be sentimental about them. I just want us to be where we deserve again, you
Yeah,
know. And if it upsets the apple cart, then I'm okay with that, you know.
yeah.
But for now, it's not looking like it's worked, and it is looking like Ramsdale is very unsettled. And if he does want to leave, can you blame him?
No, I can't blame him, and I think he should leave because I don't just for his own career. Because although I do like him, I don't think he's going to get back in the team above that. Because while Arteta's manager, anyway, and we're going to go on to that in a sec.
Yeah,
While he's manager, Ramsdale's not going to get in. Well, in the Premier League, he's not going to play. He might not even play in the Champions
I
League.
th-
He
you know,
did he did he play? I think he played in that dead rubber game, didn't he? The last game, it wouldn't have mattered the
yeah,
result that we played. Did he play
yes,
in that
he
game? I can't
played in
remember.
that. Yes, he did. He did play in that one. He had a good game as well, I think, didn't he? But
Yeah, we didn't. It didn't matter if we won or lost that game because
no,
we was confirmed top by the game before.
but you know, it's like what we said. You know, I think we just have to look at all the players in the team and what's going on. What it's like. What's happened to Ben White?
Oh, he's gone right pony again, isn't he? I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's
Is he
like
being told to play differently though? Because last season he was overlapping Saka.
yes, and it's
This
like
season he's not.
it. It was
He's
told
trying to
it was
invert.
working. You
He's
see, this
trying.
is what I don't
He's
get.
inverting on the right. Just, we're being exposed down the flanks, Scott.
Yeah, see, I want it to make sense why we've changed this. What was working, you know, the overlap with Saka. They had a fantastic partnership,
Yeah.
and it was working. And all of a sudden, it's like he's been told to basically not do any overlapping whatsoever. He doesn't seem to be getting forward very much.
No.
You know, he doesn't, and every time he seems to get the ball, he seems to go sideways or backwards.
Yeah.
He never looks for a forward pass.
I can't. Yeah. Why has he
Has that
changed it
been
so much?
has that been coached into them though? I don't know. Is that what the new tactic is? I want to know. I want to understand why we're doing this because we've now become this team that is just possession based. But it's come to the point where the last 3 or 4 games, it's like let's not move. Let's not lose possession, but let's just keep going sideways and backwards, and that's what's
Yeah.
starting
He's
to create.
trying to draw because a lot of teams play a low. They call it a low block, don't they? But I call it defending deep, right? But it's
Same thing, yeah.
the buzzword is low block.
Low
They're
block.
all calling it low block, and we can't break it. We can't break it down. Passing,
No.
we're just passing around it, and then when you try and cross over into the box after all them passes, it's just getting nutted away. We can't break it down. West Ham done it, Fulham done it, loads of teams have done it to us. We can't break that
See,
down.
I
And I
get it.
said to myself, go on.
Yeah. Well, I get it at the minute. We can't score for shit, right?
Hmm.
But like you're talking, we're doing this slow. We used to be like bang bang so fast on the turnover. But
Yeah.
now basically it's so meticulous. It's so slow build up, and by the time we've got it up to their box, they're just in their regimental
Everyone's back,
defensive
yeah.
lines, and it's almost and it's like we're trying. You know, we're trying to pass it through 10 players, and it's almost like, are we? Will the players get ill if we actually lift the ball off the floor? You
Yeah.
know, it's like it's all this passing on the floor. You know, it's like I did see one game where Odegaard he played a long ball, and they flipped over to Arteta on the bench, and he was spewing because Odegaard played a long ball, and because he's so obsessed with not losing possession.
Yeah.
But you can have the ball as much.
I
as
say,
you
do
want,
you know what I would
mate.
do, Scott? I've said it. I've said it on one of my other videos. I said, if it's not working like that, if the team's not, you've got to surrender
Change
possession.
it.
You've got to surrender possession as well, just to draw them out. Just
Yeah.
to let them have the ball, but don't go
And it's like,
and so they come out, and then you can win the ball back if you can. No, I'm no coach. I'm no tactician or anything like that. So don't get me wrong.
but
But
all
I'm
them
thinking,
games that you
how
go on.
else can you do it? Because they just sit. They just come on. They just say that game against Fulham, we wouldn't have fucking scored if we played another 90 minutes.
We wouldn't have scored if we're still going now, would we?
No.
And it's like the thing is, they're just sitting there going, "Come on, Arsenal, come on,"
Yeah.
because you ain't getting through us because it seems to we know when it works, but what my concern is why we've digressed into this situation where he just wants possession. Like you say, you can have as much possession you want. You just got to get the ball in the other net.
Yeah.
And sadly, I have to get rid of all that XG and all that rubbish out of this. The fundamentals have got, and it is the fundamentals of football is you score and you try not concede.
Of course it is.
That simple.
It's like a boxer, but don't get it. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Don't forget to use your bloody block.
Yeah.
But, if you watch us playing before we've gone to this real slow build-up play now that we have, I would call us, we were like press monsters, mate. Our press was like
unbelievable.
Yeah,
it was.
Against. We were ripping these teams apart, Odegaard, Jesus, Martinelli, bang, bang, and it was just bang, 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 bang.
Fast, goal.
And then all of a sudden, the last 3 or 4 games, it's been getting slower and slower, and it's almost like they've gone, let's not press anymore. So
it's like he's too scared. It's like he's scared to lose, and he's playing for a draw. But we're getting beat. We're getting it on the counter. We're getting fucking beat.
You know what? I didn't want Arteta when he arrived, but I've grown to like the guy, and I have to admit, I have to give him his dues. I'm not going to sit here and be negative about him completely. He has brought a lot of positivity, and he's brought some exciting times back to this club. And I think if you say he hasn't, you're lying.
Yeah,
he has. But it's that same question we keep going over: is there another plan? And some people think that we're bad, and they'll go, You think you know more than Arteta?" It's like, no, but I'm allowed to question the team that I've followed all
You're
my
allowed
life.
to have your own opinion about anything.
Yeah. And
don't matter what it is.
I'm allowed. We're allowed to say, why does he get it? Why does he get it right, and then he gets it so wrong? It's almost like this is working really well. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to break it and see if I can do it another way. I don't get it, mate, and I really want to understand why we have no different plans.
Look at that first half against Liverpool in the FA Cup.
Brilliant.
Fucking. And what happened in the second half? What the fuck happened in that second half? Seriously.
What did happen?
I'll tell you what happened. We got fucking beat.
Yeah. We got
smoked. It was like the same team in the second half. I thought we're going to win this. I'm getting all excited. I thought we're going to do them. And then what happened? My God.
But it's like, so I do question a lot of things he does, but it's, for instance, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Ben White off. I'm going to take Kiwior off. I'm going to leave Saliba and Gabriel at the back. And I'm just going to throw Trossard, Nelson, Havertz. I'm going to throw them all on the pitch. But they've got no cohesion. It's like, well, what are you throwing them on the pitch to do?
Yeah.
What are they actually meant to be doing when you bring them on the pitch? Because they're all you're doing. You're just going, I know, take 2 defenders off, put 3 more in, and let's fill that box up even more with more players.
Yeah, exactly.
I want somebody to, to tell me how that.
I think he's looking at it. Yeah, you know what he might be looking at? Because you notice that Declan Rice is dropping into the centre back to make make three centre backs, isn't he? He was a centre back when he first turned pro, Declan Rice,
At West Ham,
and West Ham made him into that midfield player, like they try to do with Eric Dyer, Tottenham and England.
yeah,
Didn't work with him because he's crap, but Declan Rice, it worked.
I feel quite comfortable with Rice playing at centre back if he needed.
Yeah, so do I. But it's not where his best place is it? It's not his best position.
Yeah. But no, I just want it all to make sense, and so I do believe the drop off of Martinelli is because of Xhaka.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
And the fact that when we do play Zinchenko basically, because he inverts, he leaves Martinelli so exposed. But
he leaves that left back position, and he can't defend. He can't get back.
No, yeah. But it's all become a bit predictable, Lee. You've got it like this: Raya rolls the ball out, or Ramsdale to Rice. Rice looks for Odegaard. Odegaard either passes to Martinelli, who will run down like a headless chicken. He stopped kind of looking up again. He started looking back down and not looking where he's going.
Yeah.
And he'll get all the way to the line, and then he'll come across and cut into the box, won't he? That's it. That's Martinelli. And then
Saka's the same, the other side.
Saka's run all the way down, and then he's cut in to the edge of the box.
And you have two on him. You have two on him. Yeah. And the other side with I said it in a little short video I done the other day. I said, why don't you going to change it up? I mean, it's a little idea I had. And you're not overlapping. Your fullbacks ain't overlapping your wingers. You're inverting. When your wingers invert, inside forwards rather, invert, you expect your fullbacks to overlap, like they done last year. Yeah?
Give us width.
To give you width. Exactly that. But when they're coming in, they're not overlapping no more. And if they are holding the line, Saka can't cross with his right foot and Martinelli can't cross with his left foot. So why don't he try swapping the wingers?
Yeah, I don't get that. And it's like, we know it has worked with them how they have played, but it doesn't take long for people to figure out that is our attack, isn't it? It's basically pass to them two guys, and we
go on the lads, old school Gooner.
The thing is, we expect
God bless you.
We expect them two young lads to do everything, and it's so much pressure on them. And you're right. The thing is, Saka has really got to learn to shoot on his right foot.
Yeah, or even cross with his right foot. Do something with his right foot.
Yeah, it's like
both of them.
I know football's changed, but I want to sometimes see a bloody winger tear down the wing and put a bloody cross in. Which something KT gave us, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And he's only on loan. We can call him back. I'm not sure about the clause. Maybe not. There's a lot of clubs recalling people. We recalled Marquinhos from loan and loaned him out again.
Mate, well, Marquinhos is about as good as the dog, isn't he?
Well, his first game when he came on and scored, didn't he? His first game he scored. And we shouldn't have paid any money for him. That was a bit of something a bit dodgy about that. But Edward said, "No, I'm going to give you 2 million or whatever."
Yeah, I'm not. That's dodgy, isn't it? But it's like, I agree with you what you said. Why don't we start the game and it's like Saka's on the left and the team are like,
they're going to be going, "What the fuck's going on here?" Yeah, he's going to be able to cross that ball.
Yeah,
it's just an idea I had.
But it works because you remember when Emery brought Saka in.
He was a left back.
He played brilliant as a left wing back, left midfield. He was brilliant.
Yeah, it was. Saka and Martinelli was on the same side. Remember that?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people have credited Arteta with rejuvenating, Saka and changing him into this position. But he was not playing bad when he was on the left either.
No, he wasn't. I thought we played very well.
Get that? Yeah, he did. I'll tell you one thing as well. Substitutions, the like-for-like substitutions as well.
Yes.
It's like when we had when we had Emery, Martinelli was playing centre forward.
Yeah. He could play through the middle.
Yeah,
He might be
yeah.
what we're missing. Put Trossard on the
That
left and
first
Martinelli through the middle. Or the other way, whatever.
that first season that he came through with Emery, I think Martinelli scored 10 goals,
Yeah.
and he was playing through the middle. So I would like to see that. I would like to see Trossard on the left, and
Do you remember the goal he scored against Chelsea? He run from the halfway line. Run,
yeah,
just there was the ball come out. I can't remember passing to him, but he was in their own half, just in our own half, and just run the ball right down the middle, run towards the goal. Of course, all the Chelsea players were in our half. But I just run down there and just scored. Brilliant little goal.
So basically, I would like to see Martinelli down the middle, and what that means what that means for Jesus is, I think Jesus plays great on the wings.
He can play. Yeah, he can. Yeah.
He can play. He can play in the left wing.
He likes
the right
dropping.
wing.
He likes playing deeper anyway.
He
So
likes
what?
to be busy.
Yeah.
What he what he lacks in goals, he does contribute a lot to the team.
Oh, he tears. He pulls all them centre halves. He pulls them all out of the way.
He does. We can't take his work rate away from him, but it's like I just want to see something a little different. It's like if we were looking at, they always go, who's going to replace Saka? Who's his backup? All this and that. Who's the most close? Well, the most closest to Saka on our team is
Reece.
probably Jesus. No, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. That City was a right winger, wasn't he? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but that's what I mean with that is because Saka's got quite good technical ability, and so is Jesus, and you look at Jesus's close footwork, it's kind of resembles kind of Saka's. So for me, he's a better winger for us, and he would be that person. That is he on the left today, or is he on the right today? But
That's interesting.
It's
interesting trying to play him on the wing.
Yeah, because we know it works, and if you look at him for ball control, he's probably the closest to Saka, isn't he? With that.
Okay, yeah, well, I agree with you now. I was thinking Reece because obviously I know he's left-footed and he cuts in.
But we know that when Jesus come in, he kind of said to Arteta, didn't he? I want to be that main man. I want to be that number 9. But then he's come out in that interview in the last month and said, well, shooting's not really my strong point. Well, he's kind of said it, hasn't he? That he's giving it a go.
Scoring goals ain't my strong point or something, he said. Yeah, when he was away with Brazil, he said that, didn't he?
Yeah, so it's probably time to, it's like, Saka, you can have a rest today, mate. Let's play Jesus. And it's like the other day, we overplay Saka. We rely on him far too much.
Yeah.
We play him when he's out of form. And I think, the other day when Nelson got a start in the last game, he took Nelson off and put Martinelli on and things like that. Why isn't it Saka that's coming off? You know what I mean? Like,
so how many games do you reckon he played last season in the Premier League? How many of them games do you reckon he played? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, how many did he play in?
He played all of them.
Yeah, he did. Every one of them. I didn't start every one. He might have come off. He might have been subbed on for 1 or 2, maybe, but he played in every game.
With that, Lee, you also you question: is he going to be burnt out by the time he's 25?
God, that's what you're thinking, and of course, don't forget we had the FA Cup. Well, mind you, we got knocked out in the first round of Man City last season, didn't we? All the cup competitions we didn't do very well in it either, really. So I don't even know why I mentioned that. We weren't in no thingy last year, was we? Champions League.
Cups, do we?
No. Well, we'd like to win the FA Cup. We've won it more than anybody else, but I mean, we've got out in the third round, our first round for Premier League players, but the third round proper.
Excuse me.
Against Man City and then Liverpool. 2 years running, first game.
But actually, if you go back to, I think it this season when I think Saka didn't start the first half of one game, did he? This season,
I can't remember.
We started Jesus on the wing.
Okay, I don't remember that.
We did. I think we did miss half a game You know, when he had that like niggly Achilles, and then they've also said, oh well, Saka's playing with this dodgy Achilles at the moment. It's like, well, how about we don't play him then, and we get
Exactly.
him fit?
Yeah.
Because you know, I played amateur football, and I snapped my Achilles, mate, and I never played football again.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, I'm a crappy amateur footballer anyway, and you can't afford the medical care to get it back to normal. But it, you know, an Achilles injury can be serious, mate, and it can
Yeah.
never heal properly. So why are we playing him if he said he's got a niggly Achilles? Because it could go.
And he should know that, Arteta. Which is
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
bring us on to our next subject. Arteta.
I want him to succeed, mate. You know, I want my team to succeed. I think after 4 years, I think if we've not won anything this season, I think we need to question as he took us as far as he can. And
This is
don't,
my exact point I wanted to make.
yeah,
And I'd love to know what everybody out there thinks as well. I'd love to know what all the go on.
I don't think we're being negative saying that. We want to question where we're going. You know, you've had 4 years now. Where are we going? What are the goals? If the goals are just top four, I want more.
Yeah, we do want more. And that's what it was with Wenger towards the end, wasn't it? Top four's a trophy, top four, top four.
Yeah,
But we don't
oh,
want that. We want more. We want titles. We want titles. Man City are looking at winning 4 titles on a row now. To me, Kevin De Bruyne come back and his first game back, he got injured early in was it the first game or second game of the season? He got injured. He's been out all season. He comes back, his first game, he scores a goal and assist. That's the difference.
great goal and great assist, wasn't it?
He's going to now he's going to play. He's going to you know, if you don't get injured for the rest of the season, he'll play every game. He'll bring them on. Ireland's going to, when he comes back from injury, he's going to latch on to De Bruyne, and they're just going to be so scary, mate. They're going to run away with the title again.
Yeah, and you know when I look at Arteta's tenure of this 4 years, you know they're like just custodians of our club, aren't they? You know, we're still going to be here when managers go.
Of course.
You know, we're still going to be here. You know, but I have to look at all of the big picture.
Your fingers over the lens. Your fingers over the
sorry.
lens.
You know, I have to. You know, like I say, we have to. His man management, his lack of a second tactic, his gun ho tactics of throwing everyone on with no cohesion plan. And then they also have to look into all the players he's bought over his whole tenure. Right, we've got Willian, Cedric.
He's going to be sold.
Yeah. William Cedric, Pablo Mari.
Yeah.
Austin
Trusty. Oh God.
Yeah.
Lokonga.
Tavares. Fabio Vieira. We need to question that these players have been flops.
Yeah.
And Tavares is never getting in that team. Or there's a part of me that goes.
He's a left back though.
But part of me that goes, did he get rid of KT because he eventually wants to put Tavares in? But if you look at this is Marquinhos, another player we bought, but we need to look. Lokonga is getting very little to nothing game time at Luton. Marquinhos started one game on loan and we terminated it because he couldn't get in the team. Cedric went out on loan to Fulham. He started one game. These players are just not good enough.
They're not. They're not. There's a lot of money being wasted.
Yeah, so I have to look at that. We are going to, you know, we will probably lose money on Lokonga. We lost money on Trusty. We lost money on Pablo Mari. You know, we're going to lose money on Lokonga. I don't know what's going to happen with Fabio Vieira. I think he's got some. He shows elements of quite a lot of flair there, but I just don't think he's strong enough.
He looks like a little boy, doesn't he? He looks like he's about 7 stone soaking wet. So, you know what I mean?
My verdict's not out on Fabio. I was hoping he was going to have a good season this year. he had a few little good fringe cameos, and then he got injured, and we've not seen him again, have we?
Yeah, no, that's right.
Why
What's happened
can't
to
he be
ESR? What's happened to him?
Why
I
can't he be
loved
on the
him.
team?
A fucking brilliant player. A couple of years ago, he was mustard.
See, it's another thing as well. It. We have to look at this as well. We get it. He's had a serious bad run of injuries, but where is it where he goes? I'm not going to try ESR in that position. I'm just going to keep shoehorning habits. Why is he not given that time?
Yeah, be giving it.
Does he
No,
not?
because he ain't paid 60 million for him. That's why, or
Does he not?
whatever, how much
Does
it
he
was.
not? Does he not want ESR in the team? Because to
Looks
me,
like it to
if
me. I want him to stay. But for his career, he might have to move on, and you might have to say goodbye to him for his
yeah,
career.
because
Aston Villa want him. Aston Villa badly want him.
you see, at this stage, it just seems to be stifling the lad's career.
Yeah, exactly that. He might have to move. That's
You
what I
know,
just said. He might have to move on for the sake of his career, and that'd be heartbreaking. Because I know you shouldn't get attached to players. They're this is not your brother or whatever, or your cousin,
no, no,
but they're football
yeah,
players. They're earning a lot of money. But when he come on, remember they made that song up, the Status Quo, Emil and Emil Smith Rowe. That was brilliant when they were singing that over there.
we don't hear that anymore, do we?
No, of course not. We're the North London Forever song quite a lot, which I don't really like the song, but it does the atmosphere over there is electric with
Yeah,
it
yeah,
when they all start
yeah.
singing it. I'll tell you, it has done that. It has brought the fans back.
I
It's
agree
sort
with
of
that. Yeah,
he's linked the fans back to the team.
but I think with what he's done, all them good things he's done, he's also created this complacency in the fan base as well. It's like, and it almost comes with the good vibes. Let's just have some good vibes, like you say. The one win in seven is just not good enough for our team. We are a big team,
No,
but then they get rewarded with a holiday in Dubai, and I get it. The buzz thing now is well-being and mental health, and that, and I get that as well. But
I
the
think they're
fans are
taking the
there.
absolute piss with that, Scott.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think why they've got let's have a nice holiday out in Dubai. I'd make them. I say, look, we've got to get back to basics. Get back in get London Colney, freezing cold. Go there. Let's start training. Let's start doing some proper training. This winter break, we ain't got a game, so we've got to work out where we're going wrong. Don't just sit on the. I know they're training out there as well, but I think they're coming back to that Tuesday today,
yeah. Tuesday. But
UK time.
the thing is, Oli, we have to look at it like that. If Pep had won one game in seven, would he be taking the Man City squad for a holiday?
100% not. One
No,
million percent not. There'd be murders over there. He'd probably drop
yeah,
every player and have the youth team.
because
He'd
he's
play
not
the under
because he's not
23s.
thinking because he's not scared to drop people.
No, exactly that.
You know, if Kevin De Bruyne is underperforming, he'll bloody drop him.
Yeah, Bernardo Silva, come on.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
get better.
Yeah.
It is, and it's just yeah. I just don't get where we award the. I get it. It's good also to build a bit more morale back. Because they're feeling low and everything. But frigging holidays to Dubai, and how come we had so much time off, and other teams didn't? What
There
teams are
was some
playing?
games in hand, wasn't there? Because I think
Is that the games in hand that were?
Man City. I know because they played in that Super Cup or whatever it was called. I know they had a game. I think they've still got a game in hand as well. Man City
I think
over
I
us,
think
over everyone.
I think I said on one of your shorts, the only person we're signing in January is Tommy's new contract.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long one. Apparently, it's going to be a long deal. It's like a 5-6 year contract or something. But that's all right.
Like I said earlier, that utility word. But the thing is, when he plays, he does give it all.
Yeah, he does. And you can tell he does. He does work hard.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Okay.
So no, I want him to succeed, Arteta, but I think there's so many questions that need to be asked, and I don't think it's ganging up on the guy to have these opinions because all right, we're not coaches, but we can see what's not working.
Exactly that. And we need to be in a title race at least. I don't want top four. I don't just want to sell. I want to be in a title race. I want it like we was last year. I want at least that to satisfy me and go far in the Champions League. Get to the semis at least. Get finish second. I'll take third, but not like 10 points behind. It's got to
See,
be close, and then I'll say, all right, give them another go.
If we
Otherwise, questions have got to be asked. We're not winning the Champions League, that's for sure. We're not winning the Premier League, that's for sure. We need to go far.
If we finish second, would you? So you would basically say, if we finish second, you'd give Arteta another go.
If it wasn't like 10 points behind City, if we're like one or two points, but if it's like a mile bit, like 10 points behind City,
golf, yeah,
a big. I think, you know what, he took us as far as he can. It's time to move on.
I kind of agree, and I agree with you because I want him to be successful because of what he has achieved so far as well. So if we do finish second within 3 or 4 points, I'd be quite happy for him to have another go.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would.
Do you know
what I fear? Do you know what my deepest fear is of Arteta? Of him going somewhere else and fucking succeeding.
Yeah.
And it bangs for him. If he goes to say for example, he goes to Man United. And then Man United win the league. I'll be gutted. It'd kill me.
It's like, I know Arteta would probably cancel this out, but I do believe his main goal is he would like to be Barcelona manager.
Okay. It wouldn't surprise me if he follow in Pep's footsteps and goes to Man City after Pep leaves.
Well, there is that as well, isn't there? But so I do believe that. I don't think that the Kroenkes will sack him because, sadly, if we're getting top four, we're getting Champions League finish. They're making money.
Yeah, and as well, they've spent a lot of money. And for a new manager to come in there, he's going to have his own ideas. He's going to have his own thinking about different sorts of players, and they're going to have to spend loads of money again. They've got to stick with him. They've got to stick with him, really, business-wise.
And like you say, if Kroenke's philosophy is top four, we're making money. I also get that from a business point of view, that if they're making money, that's all they want to do, isn't it? But we need to know if they are ambitious to take us to that next level, or do they just want top four?
Listen, I think the Kroenkes have done all right. They haven't been tight with giving him the money, but have they identified the right players? Like you said, there's been like 6, 7, or 8 players he's bought that have flopped.
Complete flops. And also, if you look, when Adu came into the job, he sacked 4 of our scouts and left us with. We had 6 scouts. He sacked 5 of them.
So we've only got 1 scout left.
Well,
or did he employ others? He must have employed others.
I don't know if he's brought others in, but then we have to look at the players that we have looked at since this situation happened, and he's brought in a player like Marquinhos, but all we seem to do is identify players that are either Portuguese, Brazilian speakers, and it's like, is it just jobs for mates? That sort of thing. And I think
it does seem,
I question if he's, because we've had some fantastic scouts over the years.
Gil Gramundi. Remember Gil Gramundi?
Yeah, he was brilliant scout.
Yeah. He played good, decent player. Weren't great, but decent player for us as well. But he was a good scout.
The thing is with Gramundi, he was a workhorse. Whenever he came on the pitch, he put he's not flash, but he put in a good hard yards. He put in his best.
Who's the player that we had? It's just coming to my head. I can't. His name's on the tip of my tongue. Double Flamini. Matthew Flamini. Yeah. He's They reckon he's rich enough to buy Arsenal. Nah.
Yeah, he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
I would. But the thing is, obviously, we know the Kroenkes are not going to sell.
No, but what we do know is that Firmini's an Arsenal man, and if that did ever happen, that would be a good move for us because you know that he loves the club.
Yeah, and I have noticed this a lot about clubs. You get like ex-players, they leave the clubs, and obviously they always support their team. But it seems to me Arsenal always have players, and the legends seem to still be involved around the club. And
Yeah,
I've always kind of liked
I
that.
think that's good
But
seeing them in the crowd and all that. Yeah, I do. I've
yeah,
like that as well. Yeah, it's
but if there's
nice.
one pundit I can't bloody listen to, it's Martin Keown.
Oh, he's a bit of a drip, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's a bit of a drip.
when you look at him, when he was a player, Keown was a nasty bastard, wasn't he?
He
On
was
the
a
pitch.
monster.
But if you look at him now, he's become this like oversensitive thing about players.
Do you know what? See them pundit. I call them. I did. What I call them? Plastic pundits. It's in my head.
Yeah,
I was going to bring it up actually, but these pundits, right? These ex-footballers pundits, Michael Owen, Jamie Carragher, Gary Neville. Well, Gary Neville, I quite like Gary Neville to be fair, but
Gary Neville's good.
Michael Owen,
I
I
don't
can't stand. He's like, he's like, he's saying like he's scripted what he says, but he's not plastic pundits. Do you know what I mean? They're saying what they're paid to say, in my opinion. They're not really speaking their mind. They're not saying
No,
what they really think. In my opinion, though, I mean, I don't know. Listen, you can't quote me on it, right? And I've got a disclaimer this in case I get in trouble. Because this is my opinion. I don't think you, Michael Owen, or a few others, there's a few of you out there, are actually speaking what you think. Because I saw you on that show. Was it Mike Dean, the referee? I saw you on that show, and you didn't challenge him once over any of them VAR decisions. VAR's a disgrace, mate. It's got to be. I think VAR is probably good. I think VAR is good technology, but it's got to be like extended to the bylines, right? For a start, and two, it's got to be run by competent officials because they're all shit.
See, don't we? Don't we already have the technology that says when the ball crosses the goal line?
Yes, but why ain't it extended to the corner flag? Both sides. It's not.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Why not? Because that goal we're saying, I think it was Bowen that kept the ball in. They said he kept. You can see where his foot was. That the ball must have been out where his foot was. You could see. You couldn't see the ball, but you could see the foot.
Like his boot. Happened to us twice, didn't it?
And against Newcastle. That Newcastle one, Scott. When you had all these videos about ball circumferences and like the cameras going up like that on top of the ball and all these people doing all that shit because keep crying Arsenal fans and all that.
Yes, I tell you what, I heard them say that I think next year they're trialing this new technology, right? And they said what it is, it puts sensors on all the players on the pitch. It puts about 50 sensors on their body and can tell their movement and everything like this. And I'm thinking to myself, so we can put all this technology on a frigging player, but we can't extend the goal line.
Right, exactly. It's a joke. Right,
yeah,
listen.
That doesn't make sense. Yes, mate.
We'll be going for an hour now. Should we? Do you want to call back next week? Do you want to have another go next week?
Yep, yeah, mate. I reckon we should do it, and I'll put the hard word out and see if we can get some views up and get it going, mate.
Oh, lovely. All right, then I'll tell you what we'll do then. Let's just. Oh no, I'll tell you what. We'll leave that because next week we're still in January, so we might as well wait until the end of the month before we talk about transfers that have happened. And well, not much has happened really. I've only got all I've got written down here is obviously we already spoke about Timo Werner and the centre half that Tottenham has signed. All I've got written down, as I've noticed, is David Fofana has gone from Chelsea to Burnley on loan, and Jadon Sancho's left United and gone back to Dortmund on loan. That's all I've got at the minute. Everything else is I've looked through was like certain players from certain clubs have been recalled from loan or loaned out elsewhere. Nothing major. They're the only major ones that was on there. But we can talk about next week. What date are we now? We're the 16th. So it'd be the 23rd. So we still got 2 weeks left of the transfer window.
Yeah.
So maybe we could do a transfer window show in 2 weeks' time. Next week.
When do we play Palace?
Saturday, 12:30 Saturday. Or Sunday for you.
Yeah, so we'll have something to talk about.
Yeah, we'll have something to talk about next. We'll talk about the Palace game next week. All right, that's lovely. We'll see.
After Elise and Eze have took us apart.
Yeah, I think Elise is injured though. I don't know. I don't know if he is, but
hopefully for us.
Yeah, I ain't too serious, but don't play Saturday.
Yeah, hopefully Mike Zinchenko.
Oh no! Right at the end of the show, he's lost his internet. Hopefully he'll come back. Yeah, but all right. Anyway, let's we're gonna say goodnight, and we will be back. We're gonna be back next week, next same time, 8:00 next Tuesday, and it's 9:00 in the morning on Wednesday for Scott. So we will be back, and we've hopefully we'll have some more viewers. We're going to have some comments. Any questions, stick them in. Stick them in on this one if you want, because I will look back. I'll answer every comment that you put in. If you'd like the show, stick a like on the video, and please subscribe to the channel. If you're not doing anything else, come and watch us next Tuesday. And with that, take care, and we'll see you next week.